There, welcome back to the channel. So the last time we covered on how students can visit the UK on a visitor's visa. This brought so many questions on the topic that we're doing today, parents visiting the UK. So whether you're inviting your parents for your graduation, your wedding, your child's birth, any other events, this video is for you. Please stay tuned. End of the video, you will know who can apply, the documents that are needed, how long the visa lasts, and the tips to avoid refusal by all means. The standard visa is the type of visa that the parents will use. And remember, this visa is only for 6 months at any given time. Some of the things that you should also remember is that this visa does not allow you to work, it does not allow you to have a long term stay. The requirements: the parents should have a valid passport. They should also show that they can afford the trip, they can afford the flights, the accommodation, and all the expenses that they're going to incur during this stay. The parents should also prove very strong ties back home. They should prove that they have every reason to go back to their home country. They should also have an invitation letter from the host. In this case, it's you who's applying for them. Make sure in the invitation letter you include a UK valid address. Make sure you put clearly the purpose of the visit. Also, you need to put the length, the stay of the visitor. How long is the visitor going to stay for? The purpose of the visit should be very clear. Make sure you outline all the details. If there are any letters, any invitation letters, if it's a wedding, put that wedding invitation for on that application. If it's a graduation letter, put that graduation invitation together with the invitation letter. Also, this is where you can also just say in one sentence the relationship that you have with the parents. Obviously, these are your parents, but you have to say that I'm inviting my mom, I'm inviting my dad, I'm inviting both parents, or I'm inviting my guardian. This is someone who's brought me up, so that it's clear to the case manager. Documents that are needed: parents' passports, bank statements from 3 to 6 months, parents' birth certificates. You also need some very strong ties back home if they have a house. Please do attach any title deeds if they're living in the rural areas. In my case, I'm from Zimbabwe, and I understand some of the parents might be in the communal areas. They've got cows, they've got cattle, they've got shops, they've got forms of wealth that are different from houses. Please make sure that you do attach those things. Just make sure they're legit. Just make sure the Commission of Odds has authorized those documents to show that they own those things. Parents should also attach an invitation letter with the above things that I've mentioned. Any booked flight itinerary. In this case, you might actually book a return ticket for them. This is just to show that they are going back home. They're not here to stay. They're just here for a visit. And then for you, the host, if you're under certificate of sponsorship, it's also very wise to put your certificate of sponsorship, to put your biometric residence permittee. If obviously these BRPs are expired now, but you can do an e-visa. Just put some proof, take a screenshot, and also attach that. It will also help in proving that you've got the right to work in the UK. If you're renting a house, if you're still a tenant, you put your tenancy agreement. If you've bought a house, you put your lease. You can put letters also from your other siblings. For example, if you are four in your family and you're the one who's inviting your parents here, and the three other siblings back in Zimbabwe, or your three other siblings are in other countries, your siblings can actually write a letter and say, these are our parents, and we are happy for them to go and visit so and so in the United Kingdom. So this is just showing the Home Office that the other children also need the parents. They're strictly coming to see you at this particular time, but they've got other kids also to see, leave for and go back to. If your parents are religious, it's also important to attach a letter from the priest. Ask your local priest to write a letter to the Home Office about the role that your parents are doing in the church, how long they've been in the church, and how happy they will be if the Home Office grants them a visa to visit you, and how they actually appreciate the work that your parents have done in the church and wish that they can always be there and support the other congregants. If your parents are living in the urban areas, you can approach the member of parliament, you can approach the councillor, and they can actually write them a letter as well, just to say that they acknowledge that this is their resident, and they are happy for them to visit the UK. So this is just a letter to show that these people have been living here for so much, for such a time. Also, in support, the other siblings can write letters as well, just to say we are happy for our parents to be visiting our sister, to be visiting our brother, to be visiting our sister-in-law. So this is just to support the evidence that they still got more family home than in the UK. Photos do really come in handy with this parents visa application, because this is where you put memories, you put your proof of relationship. You can put photos from as early as birth, you can put photos of any events that you've taken photos with your parents, any events that show that there is a relationship, I mean, from a younger age. um, One would ask, what if you're just bringing one parent? What does the other parent need to do? It's wise that the other parent just writes a letter to acknowledge that you have invited your parent, and that the other parent is happy for you to have the other parent coming, and they'll be looking forward to have them back because they are their spouse. So this is just supporting that they're just coming for a visit. They'll definitely go back home. So the application is done online on the official UK government website. Parents will fill out an application form. It's a very long form, but it needs you to be attentive to the questions that are being asked, because some of you might actually come as follow up, and most of them will determine whether you'll have a refusal or you'll be granted a visa. So you really need to pay attention when answering the questions. So there's payment of the visa as well, which is around, I think, £115, which is for 6 months. Then after that, there's booking of biometrics with the VLS, and then there's submission of supporting documents. So the documents that I've been talking about before, these are the supporting documents. You can upload as many as you can, as many documents. If you feel that my application needs certain documents, please upload them. There is no limitation to how many you should upload. So the standard visa processing normally takes about 3 weeks, but it's wise to make the application about 2 to 3 months before the intended travel. So here are the tips to avoid refusal. A lot of refusals happen because of lack of evidence to prove that the parents would definitely return to their home country. Make sure the supporting documents show clearly the strong ties back home. If they're title deeds, make sure they're correctly certified, they're correctly notarized, they're legit. Make sure the documents show clearly the strong ties back home, the cattle, the houses, the grandchildren. Make sure it's really clear and it's definitely showing that they'll go back home. So, guys, by all means, let's avoid exaggerated bank statements. What do I mean by this? You cannot have a large sum amount of money overnight, which is not traceable, which does not show where you've got the money from. With your bank statements, at least they should be from 3 months. If you're having money from somewhere, it should clearly show that you're having money from a certain place. Just don't have a certain amount of money put in your account for this application. They won't grant you the visa. I actually think that this is a summary of what you need to bring your parents to visit you in the United Kingdom. If you found this video helpful, please do not forget to like, to share, and to subscribe with your friends who are willing to bring their parents over to the United Kingdom. If you have any questions, please do make sure that you drop them in the comment section. I'll make sure that I respond to them one by one. On my next video, I'll make sure that we talk about how the visitor's visa can be extended and how your parents can come more often in the UK on a visitor's standard visa. Bye bye and take care of yourselves.